Are the Yankees the favorites to land Kyle Tucker? There's a very interesting report that just came out. We're going to go over it in just a few moments. But before we do, if you love the Yankees and you're not subscribed, be sure to subscribe. It's free. It helps the channel out a ton. And thank you to those who are subscribed. Your support means the world to me. Thank you guys so much for commenting, hitting that like button. It makes things go over here, and it goes further than you think. So thank you guys for that. ESPN polled 16 anonymous MLB executives, asking them questions on how they believe the offseason is going to go. Now, the one question that was on this survey was if they believe that Kyle Tucker is going to get $400 million this offseason. 10 out of the 16 executives believe that he will not, that he won't get $400 million, that he will get less. If that's true, Yankees better be all over him. The Yankees better be all over him. Now, you have the Dodgers who are in need of an outfielder, so there is that. Maybe they end up bringing back a familiar face in Cody Bellinger. That could happen. And I know a lot of us want Cody, but there's something interesting about him on what the executives also believe. One of the other questions that was on the survey was where they believe Tucker will end up. One executive believes Baltimore. Another executive believes the Phillies. Another one believes the Tigers. 3 believe the Blue Jays. 4 believe the Dodgers. But 6 in winning this poll, winning this part of the survey, is the New York Yankees. Now, do I think they're going to end up with Tucker? He's a Tampa Bay guy, right? We all know that the Steinbrenners have a soft spot for Tampa Bay players. At least George did. I think there is a very great chance that it does end up happening. A lot of people have talked about this. I've talked about this. If you were to sign Cody Bellinger, you're signing him for center field. This was before Grisham took the qualifying offer. Now Grisham took the qualifying offer. You don't need a center fielder anymore, at least for 2026. You need a corner outfielder. And Cody's an exceptional corner outfielder, no doubt about it. He had a great season defensively last year, a great season offensively for the Yankees last year. Kyle Tucker, his defensive season wasn't all that bad. I looked at the numbers. Not all that bad. In fact, he's also a former Gold Glove Award winner. He's a solid defender. It's just you have to then ask the question, hey, can he play left field? I believe he can. He's played most of his innings over there in right. But listen, Cody Bellinger came up as a first baseman, and he's a tremendous corner outfielder. So, not that I think Kyle Tucker is a tremendous corner outfielder, but I don't think he's that bad. That's my point. And I don't think you're losing as much as you think by not bringing back Cody in favor of signing Kyle Tucker. Now, when it comes to Tucker, you're getting an elite bat. And I know last year he hit 268, 22 homers, an 841 OPS, like 30 points higher than Cody's almost. A 143 OPS plus, almost 20 points higher than Cody's. He hit great on the road, Tucker did. Fantastic on the road. At Wrigley Field, he had like a 750 OPS. On the road, he had like a 930 OPS. He hit 15 homers on the road where he hit 7 at Wrigley. If he played 81 games a season at Yankee Stadium, he's going to hit 35, 40 home runs a year. He's going to turn into what Curtis Granderson was, except he's not going to strike out as much. He's going to hit for a higher average. He's just an overall better player than what the Grandy man was. And I really loved Curtis Granderson. He had a couple 40 home run seasons as a Yankee. But my point is, I believe Tucker would basically do the same as far as his power goes. He's great at driving in runs. I just don't see a reason why you wouldn't want him. He's a top 10 bat in Major League Baseball. He should not be your fallback if you don't sign Cody. Cody should be the fallback. What's going to end up happening? I don't know. But I do believe that these executives, that they have this inkling that Tucker being a Yankee is very possible. 1 and 2, they were also proposed this question. Out of these four players, Kyle Schwarber, Alex Bregman, Cody Bellinger, and Pete Alonso, who is most likely to end up returning to their team? Bregman and Alonso got 4 votes apiece. Schwarber got 7. Cody didn't get any. Now, this was who is out of the 4, who is the most likely to return to their team. And Cody might have been in second place on all their polls. It's just they didn't choose him. They chose another guy, and they can only choose one guy. So you have to look at it that way too. But Cody didn't get 1 vote here. Now, one of the executives believe that he's most likely to return to the Yankees out of the 4. Little interesting too. Cody's market is going to be really, really big. I think, in my opinion, it might even be bigger than Tucker's. Just because he's a Boris guy, he has all that behind him. He has the Boris machine behind him. And the kind of year he had last year. Now, when it comes to Cody Bellinger, great ball player, really like him, high baseball IQ. He's a very inconsistent baseball player. He has been. He had a really great season for the Cubs in 2023, which landed him a multi-year deal with Chicago. Then that following year, had a 750 OPS. Couldn't hit at Wrigley Field. He hit well on the road, not at Wrigley. They dumped him. They signed him to a multi-year deal. After 1 year of signing him to that deal, they just dumped him in a trade to the Yankees, obviously, for nothing. They got Cody Petit, who they eventually cut. And they ended up paying some of Cody Bellinger's deal. Not only like $2.5 million, but they ended up paying some of that 25. They wanted to get rid of him. It just goes to show you how much they thought of him and how much the Dodgers thought of him many moons ago when they non-tendered him after the kid won an MVP for them a few years prior. Yes, Cody struggled those 2 seasons. After he got non-tendered, he struggled those previous 2, but that's what the team that you spent all this time with, whether in the minor leagues plus in the majors, they didn't really think much of you anymore. Cody's just been an inconsistent player. Kyle Tucker has been consistent, but he also has to stay healthy too. That's his thing. His thing is his health. When he's on the field, he's awesome. When he's not on the field, he's not on the field. He's not playing. So that's the one thing that I'm really not hearing people talk about is Kyle Tucker's health. And Kyle Tucker, when he's healthy, he's great. He just needs to be on the field and stay healthy. Last year, he dealt with an injury. His first half was awesome. His second half was not. He was hurt in that second half. That's why. 2024, he only played in like 70 games at like 20-something homers. But he was hurt most of that season. So that's just, a little food for thought there. You might sign a guy who has an elite bat. He just needs to stay healthy. That's the only qualm that I have with Kyle Tucker. But overall, in my opinion, Kyle Tucker is the better player. There's no doubt about that. He's the better player. He's the better option. He's the better fit. I love Cody. If we ended up with Cody, I'll be happy too. But Kyle Tucker is a different beast. That's a different offensive player. And having him and Aaron Judge in that lineup makes me salivate more than I usually do. I love this idea of bringing in Tucker, and I hope the Yankees do too. Brian Cashman last year tried trading for him before he was traded to Chicago. Put a package of Ben Rice, Luis Gil, and a choice of Lombard or Dominguez. That's how much he thought of Kyle Tucker. And you're telling me that he's not going to be in on him this free agency? He mentioned him multiple times in his most recent interview when he slept overnight, when he does that sleepover thing. It's for a great cause. But he mentioned Kyle Tucker quite a few times. He mentioned Cody Bellinger too, but he also mentioned Kyle Tucker. I think the Yankees are more in on him than we think. Also, too, have to touch on this. According to The Athletic, the New York Yankees will be earnestly interested in Tatsuya Imai. Brian Cashman, a lot of people feel that he did not know the kid's name when proposed the question about him. We'll see how real this interest will be from the Yankees. Maybe it's just a strategy play. Who knows? Maybe that's what this whole thing is. Who knows? But I do believe that there is a chance, that there is a possibility that the Yankees end up with Tucker and Amai. And if you've stuck around this long to watch this, I'm going to say this. Best case scenario, I hope the Yankees could be the Yankees. Hal could blow past that 319 number, trade Austin Wells away, get some pitching back, sign Amai, move Ben Rice behind the plate, sign Cody Bellinger for first base, sign Kyle Tucker for left field. I think that's a great idea. Don't think they do it. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care.